Hey everyone. So I got some positive feedback on one of the recent videos I did on cursor pricing. And I know that cursor pricing can be a little confusing and which model to pick and why. And so I wanted to do a video going in a bit more detail about that. So right now, let me go ahead and pull up the cursor plans here. So you have the hobby, which is the free plan. So what's really cool about Cursor is you can download the tool for free, so you can use it as an editor the same way that you might use open source VS Code and edit code in that tool for free. You can do that in Cursor. Now, if you want AI usage, or if you want to use AI inside of the tool, I believe even on the hobby plan, they give you a 1 week pro trial. So they give you access to pro for 1 week. They give you limited agent requests and limited tab completion. So they do give you some AI usage for free, which is pretty incredible. But if you do use that usage, you can bring your own API key. So you can get an API key from Anthropic or OpenAI, or if you already have a ChatGPT plan or a Claude plan, you can use that API key inside of Cursor on the hobby plan. So that's pretty cool. Now, I'm on the pro plan, which is $20 a month. And so they do say that you get extended limits on the agent usage. You get unlimited tab completions, background agents, and maximum context windows. So I believe it's $20 a month, and you get $20 of metered usage. And they do give some grace period, but they don't define exactly what that is. And let me see if I can pull up some even more details. So they say the Pro includes $20 of API agent usage plus additional bonus usage, right? So they don't clarify what that additional bonus usage is. They have the Pro plan, which includes $70 of API agent usage plus some additional bonus. And then Ultra includes $400 of API agent usage. So the Pro plan is $20. They give you a bit extra of usage. Then 60, you get $70 of usage. So the $20 plan, you get $20 of usage. $60 plan, you get $70 of usage. And the $200 plan, you get $400 of usage. So in the Pro plan, you're getting 3x usage. Ultra, you're getting 20x. Now, what would be my recommendation? So right now, if I come to, let's see if I can go to my dashboard. So here's my dashboard. I'm on the Pro plan, which is $20 a month. And my suggestion would be start on the Pro plan. Cursor's really nice about letting you turn on-demand usage. So you can use the Pro plan. They'll give you notifications when you're getting close to that limit. When you're getting close to the limit, just turn on-demand usage, and then you can start to monitor your usage. And if you're on that first month, you can say, all right, am I even using $60 of usage? Am I using less? Do I maybe need to shoot for the Ultra plan? And so really there's no disadvantage, right, of using the Pro plan with on-demand usage. They are saying they're giving you some extra usage here. I think you're paying $60, you get $70 of usage. Same with Ultra, but again, my recommendation would be start with Pro, and then you put on-demand usage, and then kind of gauge where you're at in terms of how heavy of a user are you. And then on models, my suggestion would be is, for me, when I'm doing planning work or discovery work, I try to use a smaller model, right? So you can see that, for instance, DeepSeek version 3.1 is 56 cents. You've got GPT 5 Mini, or GPT 5.1 Codex Mini, 25 cents, so even cheaper. You've got Grok Code, 20 cents, so even cheaper. So my suggestion would be start with some of the less expensive models as you're doing kind of planning discovery work. And sometimes, depending on what scenario you're in, these models are a little bit verbose, has been my experience, the smaller models, but they give you all of the alternatives, all of the options. when it's time to do more precise work, I recommend using more of the models that are focused on coding, so like Codex or Anthropic. But these models get a bit more expensive, right? Like an everyday driver, I've been liking the Composer One model from Cursor, and it's been working great. And it's very fast, but kind of gets a little outside the curb sometimes, so to speak, right? So I would try to use the smaller models when you're doing planning discovery. Maybe move to Codex or Sonnet when you need to do more precise work, and you need more of that human kind of pair programming feel. But again, I suggest the smaller models. And then as the maybe if you're dealing with a more complex problem, use the larger models with bigger context windows. Um, Now you do have the work tree feature as well. The only time where I saw it to be advantageous to use multiple models at once is when you're dealing with a hyper complex problem. So if you're dealing with a complex problem, um, you can kind of create 3 different branches in a Git repository and have 3 different agents working on different branches, review those changes, and then kind of decide, hey, okay, I like this change from this model, I like this change from this model, or Codex performed a lot better than Anthropic for this specific task. And that's where you can use multiple models. But remember, if you're using features like browser or the work tree feature, it's going to get a lot more expensive, a lot faster, right? And so I know that at some point Cursor had some miscommunication on pricing, and so here's just a blog about that. But it looks like they have kind of tightened down their communications on pricing, and it seems pretty straightforward now. So again, if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. This channel is primarily about vibe coding. We do vibe coding live, but when there's new AI tools, or new or I guess AI conversation that we find interesting, we like to talk about that too. So this is it for this video on Cursor pricing. Thank you.